Hello everyone, welcome back to Spiritual Growth Tarot. I'm Denise, and this reading will be to look at what Mike Pence is up to. My friend Debbie with Freebird Spirit, she has her own YouTube channel. She's great. Everybody should watch her. And I'll try to remember, wait, let me write myself a note. I have the questions here. I'll write myself a note to link to her channel, so it'll be easy for you guys to find her. But anyway, she's been wondering, like, what's Mike Pence up to? And then Donna had a question, a very specific one, that I thought maybe I could combine both in this reading. I'm going to try. Her question is, will Pence pay for his role in the deaths of over 250,000 people since he's been in charge, and I love her quotes, of the coronavirus task force? Okay, so of course, Jared's in there as well. But Mike Pence has probably been colluding with Jared. Oh, goodness, these people, I swear. Okay, so let me just tune in. Mike Pence, okay. Forces in motion. Mike Pence's challenges. Keep the flies off your head, dude. What he's doing. What he's been up to. Will he be successful or not with what he's doing? What he's been doing? And his future, and especially when it comes to how's karma going to be? How's karma going to play out for him? Being that he's one of the players, the key players in the lack of protection that us Americans have had. And we could say all over the world because, Americans do travel. Okay, so I'll bring these back up there in a moment. Let me do the same thing with the tarot. So Mike Pence, forces in motion, challenges, what he's doing, whether or not he'll be successful, and his future. And I might need more cards, but we'll see. Let me get everything laid out here. Bear with me while I frame things up, or get things in frame. Yikes. Actually, I think I can do it. Yeah. Probably something like this. Okay. Forces in motion. His challenges. There's the coronavirus. Okay. What he's doing. Successful or not. And his future. So yeah, I think I'm going to draw more cards when we get there, but let's look at these first. So I think this is telling us more about what he's been up to. I'm going to want more in the future, of course. Okay, so diving in here. Oh my God. What's really going on? It's all about Mother. What's really going on in his life? Mother has him by the short hairs, by the everything. Because I'm sorry, he has no self-confidence. He has the key words for the Queen of Wands here would be a guy or a person, anybody that has tremendous self-confidence and self-empowerment and intuition. Well, that's not him. So what's really going on is that there's some woman in his life, and it's got to be, unless he's, no, I think he'd be more like, closet homophobia or, closet gay, more than him being, having an affair. So I don't see that. I think it's his wife. I think it's his wife that has, control over his honor, his integrity, his being in charge. And this has to do with being in charge over the land, over, this like locomotion of the coronavirus that has been moving across the land. And his lack of honor there. So this is just so weird. It's like, what's really going on with this dude? The forces in motion in his life and what he's been up to has been that he's had like some ball and chain around his neck. And it's just as much his wife as it is Trump. And that's how he moves forward in life. That's the locomotion that drives his life. Is that he has no spine and somebody else is calling the shots. Wow. Of course, though. I mean, how else could that work? How else could somebody do such dirty deeds, right? Okay, and his challenge is because of the coronavirus, his entire paradigm is to be shattered. And his challenge is that there are way too many people on the planet that care about getting the coronavirus under control. And the force of our emotions, our passion, our caring, the forces of our hearts, and the peace, the dove of peace, and bringing in our cross to bear on earth, that will be felt. That will be felt. So that's his big challenge, is that there are way more people on the planet that care about eradicating or at least minimizing as much as possible any virus. We care more about that than we do about him and any of these morons in charge. Okay, so what he's been doing, well, and even what he's doing now, he's not making good decisions. He's coming from a place of, just a real lack of success in his decisions. With the Two of Swords reversed, even with it straight up, it's a need to make a good decision. And he hasn't been doing that at all. When it's reversed, he's coming from a tremendous amount of fear where he feels like, there's no good decision. And he's detached. And there are lies that are going to come through about that, about him. But he's doing everything he can to hold on and go out there and communicate, the goal. But it's all, because it's all based in lies, then, how good is that going to, how will that go for him? Not well at all. This little card, the birds, can also be a lot of stress, a lot of, anxiety. And a lot of connections. So, yeah, maybe he's just been trying to make his connections to keep what he wants going on. Because the Anchor card in the Lenormand is all about targets, goals, ties to different people. But all these people have been lies. The guys he's connected with are lies. And then his wife, I don't know where the hell she's coming from, but she doesn't have... She has control over him, but she doesn't have any inner authority. So I really don't know what's going on there. Because this card naturally can be about independence, but he doesn't have his independence. And if she's, well, I guess maybe she's just tied to, I don't know, maybe her church or something? I don't know. That's kind of, I'm getting creeped out by that card, and I've never been creeped out about it before. So maybe we need Schwanzi to step in here and give us a meaning from her, because she has her creepy little book that comes from the, the little white book that you get with the Rider Waite that I lost a long time ago. She says, those are the creepy meanings. So maybe there's a creepy meaning on the Queen of Wands. I just don't know what it is, but I'm getting creeped out by that card. Okay, so will he be successful or not? He'll only be successful in trying to reclaim his power. This is all about, excuse me, it's all about like holding on for dear life and hoarding. And he's he's doing that in the face of Trump, just roaring at him constantly. And he's not any more successful than a roaring toddler would be. And he's not going to be any more successful than his childish, well, if you have a bully, if you're an idiot and you have a bully, then you're in some childhood wounding, and that needs to heal. But when it comes down to what he's doing and whether he'll be successful as a member of the Corona or head of the coronavirus task force, along with Jared, no, I don't think so, because this is just all coming from pride and it's very immature. Now, his future, and this is where I'm going to have to draw more cards. Well, actually, let's just go ahead and do it. Here's his future. Judgment coming down on him. And it may have to do because of all the money that's been spent and dispersed with the whip card. It could have to do with, well, two things here. Hold on. Hold on here. I can't do this right without... Okay, I'm going to reshuffle while I'm talking. With the Judgment card reversed, when it's straight up, it could be a judgment against a person. It could also be a rebirth, could be an absolution, resolution. If you get it personally in your own life, it's about honoring your own call and, burying the past, letting it go, forgiveness, all of that. Reversed, nobody's going to be forgiving him. Nobody's going to be forgiving him. And he's not going to be able to forgive himself at some point, probably. I don't know how many lifetimes it might take to work through something like that. See how dangerous it is when you give your power away? It's the worst thing in the world. You got to find your power and then you got to keep it. Right? So, in combo here, so he doesn't get the rebirth, he doesn't get the resolution, he doesn't get the solution. He's going to have a judgment coming down on him in his future. And it can very well have to do with the fact that he didn't keep us safe, because this is the safe card. But this has to do with money going out. So did he get some, and this is with the whip repeatedly, money going out. So has he gotten some money from... Has he been able to somehow siphon off, along with Trump, money from the, what could go towards more personal protective equipment? And, this makes you wonder, what did he get out of it? So let me just get more about his future. What's in the stars? What's on the horizon? What's the karma hanging over Mike Pence? What can we truly look for? Something surprising, because he's been seduced and he's taken risks with the little clover card there. Widespread risks with the stars, or risks to get what he wanted. His risky intentions. And then something legal. There'll be some news. Maybe he'll get a subpoena delivered to him. Even though I don't have the letter card there, but let's see. Yeah, he's going to be betrayed by his previously, loyal followers. And it's all because of money. So he's dirty. He's dirty and he's selfish. The dude is dirty. No wonder he had a fly land on his head like that. That was symbolic. Now, I would never put that on somebody that's just outdoors and you're working outside and you're sweating and, a fly lands on you. I mean, that's life. But when you're in an indoor environment like that, and there's probably only one fly in the building and it lands on your head and you don't even feel it, I'm going to think something about that. So just to reiterate on his future, this is all Mike Pence's future that we can see in more or less, I don't know, maybe the next few months, and maybe even further, because I didn't put the intention of a time frame in it, so I apologize for that. But anyway, when the judgment card comes in reversed, there's something. I mean, he has regrets. His future is full of regrets and self-doubt. His future is full of feeling down. And maybe, like he thinks he's being misjudged. Well, I don't think so. I think that he's had some really nasty karma for a long time, and it's finally breaking through. Because he's been Trump's little errand boy. They usually have lunch together every day. And then we're seeing the reasons for this. The reasons for his fall. He's taken money repeatedly. He's had his, I think he's had his coffers filled a little bit. And he's taken gifts. He's been seduced by those gifts. And it's been risky and caused even more widespread, movement of the virus. Now, probably it has to do with maybe he's got some backdoor deals with even pharmaceutical companies, and maybe, just like Trump does. Everything that Trump's into, he's probably into. And then in his future, there's some legal, with the tower, there's some governmental or legal or both news coming his way because of his betrayal. He will be betrayed because he has betrayed. It also could be very complicated. The snake card could be very, very complicated. It can also be about detours. So it could be like, money that was meant to go to PPE, money that was meant to go to small businesses, just all that darkness that they're all involved in. Mitch McConnell, all of them. They're all those GOP members that are in bed with Putin and have been compromised for years. They're probably all in on it. And then, of course, we know, David Perdue has, and what's her name, Loeffler, they had stock trades that they took in, or they dumped, they dumped some stocks as soon as, and they probably reinvested in some other ways. They made stock trades based on the coronavirus when it hit. And because they were briefed, they were privately briefed, like the day before, and then the next day, you can imagine, they walked away from the meeting calling their broker and saying, hey, let's do this, let's get rid of this, and let's buy this. And so all that needs to come out on them. Which, with the Georgia runoffs, we'll get that. That will happen. That dirt will come out because dirt always comes out. The truth always prevails. So anyway, so these could be some complicated detours that he gets caught up in legally because he's been his loyal little follower to Mother and, Trump. And it's all been about money, and it's all been because he's been selfish. And no, I'm not going to go with any other words on the keywords to this card. I'm not going to say it's about independence or anything with him because he's not. He's not independent from being seduced by money. So that's it. So his future does not look good. It's going to take some time to come out, though. But then again, well, hold on. Let me see. Before I close this up, why not we can get some more information here. Hold on. Let me shuffle real quick. How long's it going to take for us to see some justice around this dirtbag? This spineless, uncaring, dark creature. When will we see justice over what he's done? Because it looks to me like, yeah, he will. Oh, and I'm sorry, I'm using this deck here, Gilded Reverie by Ciro Marchetti. It's the expanded edition, and there are some timing cards in there. Also, the other little deck was the Maybe Lenormand by Ryan Edward. And the tarot deck is this one, the Radiant Rider Waite. Except for I cut the cards down, I trimmed them so I could fit more in frame. Okay, so how long will it take before we see Mike Pence pay the price for his role in the deaths of over 250,000 people? How long before we will actually see it? Okay, I heard 5 cards will be more than enough. Okay. Okay. Even though I don't have a timing card in here, oh, there it was. This was the card I was actually thinking, okay, well, this deck has timing cards. But you look at this card, when you get this card, you look at the ones near it to see, let me just pull it out while I talk about it. You look at this card, if you get this deck, this card will be the one that, if it comes in, like in the row, you would look to the cards around it to see if it goes fast or slow. Because some cards are faster than others. So, for instance, with the moon, it's like a 28-day cycle. It's pretty fast, but it's not instantaneous. Like if we had the key card, the key card could be like right now. Like I said, with the moon, 28 days, moon cycle. So maybe within the next month we could see something start to begin to happen. It also has to do with creation and his reputation too. And it's really burdened with the cross card. I'm going to get a double meaning here, I can tell. But as far as timing with the cross card, it's like 1 to 6 months. Now, but it's a big burden, you know. It's all about self-responsibility. But he shirked that, so they're within 1 to 6 months. And with the heart card, that has to do with the fact that, you know, we care, and he didn't. He did not. Look at these 2 cards on either side. He did not care because of his lack of caring for other people, and he cared more about the money. And doing whatever, you know, dirtbag Donnie said, and whatever his wife said, or whatever. I don't know. Geez, I was still creeped out about that Queen of Wands. But anyway, I'll have to let go of that. This is a springtime, or sometimes Valentine's Day, but it's mostly a springtime card. So this is November, December, January, February. So that would be 3 months. And then to get through the summer would be 6 months. So we're getting, again, 1 to 6 months. With the Scythe card, that's a card of you know, it's dangerous. It's removal. It can also have something to do with the vaccine, because it's all metal objects. It rules all metal objects and tools. As far as timing, it can happen really quick because it just cuts, you know. There's that possibility. It can be like, once it hits, it could be really sudden. And because the public and maybe the network, now this could be definitely the vaccine. So maybe something comes out about the vaccine that ties him into, you know, some way that he, like we said, we got with the other cards, you know, where he had some payouts about it, repeated payouts that were repeated. But anyway, with this card, as far as timing it, you just look at like the 20th of the month. So maybe if I were to try to be really specific, which I usually don't do, I mean, usually go like, 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, like that. But this could say 1 to 6 months. But it could be the spring of next year or any time beyond Valentine's Day. But then it could come in really quick. And whatever month that is, it could be the 20th of the month. So good luck on me trying to remember what I said in this video. To go back and see whether or not it was accurate. That's not going to happen. But the message is, what we can see for sure is definitely he's burdened and guilty, and it will come down on him. We will see some justice about that, I think. So later on when lawsuits happen, I'll do another reading. We'll see what happens there. Okay, well, thanks, you guys. Take good care. Bye.